Can we imagine Russia after Putin? Yeah, we can. Russia could be a normal country, really, especially after the price of the oil barrel will be below $40. Yes, Russia can be a normal country when the Dugin's mythology will hit the ground. But it's definitely a very painful process, and we have to remember that Russia is not populated just with the Russians. It's populated by the Tatars, Yakuts, Kazakhs, Ukrainians, Romanians, people from different ethnic backgrounds, and it's much more complicated. And Russia is still the only imperial power which survived on our European continent. And if we are realistic, we should prepare ourselves for seeing Russia after Putin. Russia is a normal country, and in order to be normal, Russia needs probably the further disintegration, like it happened with other empires. Instead of disintegration, we now see different process, which is probably developed by some self-defense mechanism. We are seeing the aggression and the expansion of Putin's federation, because let us be frank, it's not Russia, it's Putin's land. Putin's land is governed by the gangster corporation, and the local Al Capone is called Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin. Unfortunately, it is very true, and unfortunately also, thanks to the West, he was able to build his position, because we treated him from the very beginning as a partner. He was able to make the deals on economic issues, political issues with German politicians, with politicians from the United States of America as well, with the politicians from the European Union. And now we see that we were mistaken, that it was a failure, it was very short-sighted, and instead of having the partnership relation with Putin's federation, we have a problem, and we have a very big problem. We have also a security crisis. I'm referring also to the wording crisis Boris Tarasuk was complimenting on. I must say that we should face the real reality. We should stop using the language of political correctness we liked so much, we developed through the years. I'm not saying that we should stick to the language of war, but if we have a war, it means that we have a war. It's not a crisis, it's a war. Crisis could be in the marriage, crisis could be, economy could be in crisis, human relations could be crisis, but it's not a crisis, it's a war. And it's a war which is based on the principle which was used once in the history of the humankind, the protection of minorities. Putin's land is protecting. It's pretty false, but he is protecting the Russian-speaking minority, like once Adolf Hitler was protecting the German-speaking minority, and he managed to start a war, dramatic war, which simply was a disaster for Europe. And I fully agree with my German colleague that we should think seriously about the security. And the Eastern Partnership countries, these partner countries who decided to sign the association agreement, they need a kind of insurance policy from us, kind of network I don't think that at the moment it could be NATO, but it could be NATO. But the Secretary General, the new one, the Norwegian, said that the door is open, which is good. But we probably think about something different, maybe softer version of something similar to OSCE. I remember that Pavlo Klimkin made a comment that OSCE stopped working properly because it was hijacked by Russia and it was manipulated by Russia. Maybe we should think about establishing, I'm not saying alternative network, but something similar. International organization with exclusion of Putin Russia, because now Russia is using OSCE for blocking the peace initiatives in Eastern Europe, in Eastern Ukraine. So maybe it could be one of the solutions. I'm not saying that we should build it against Russia, but if Russia will learn that we are thinking about it, maybe Russia will be more, let us say, eager to cooperate with the OSCE framework. There is plenty of the table, and I have very little time left, I'm afraid. So let us think that it is life after life, and it will be Russia after Putin, and we should be prepared for meeting this challenge. Thank you.